Welcome to the View
at the LES space.
Yes, where we're
counting down the final episodes.
Well,
although we've lost count.
Final episodes of what?
Of our time at the LES space.
Oh, well, we don't know yet because we just don't know. Because the owner of the space is in Europe on a fabulous European vacation, traveling around the globe charting.
I just saw his pictures yesterday where he was in Bruges.
Where what?
In Bruges.
Bruges?
I think that's in Belgium or the Netherlands.
Are you sure that's not a sex club on 37th Street?
Okay, if that's where you want to say he is.
I know there's a. Oh no, I'm thinking of what's the German Jewish?
You're thinking of Hebrew.
Hebrew, right? The gay Jewish fetish club. So all you guys out there with a fetish for Jewish men, go to Hebrew.
Which I'm sure would not be demonetized.
Oh yes, we've been exercised.
We've coined a new word.
There's an exorcist at YouTube.
Demonetized.
He's demonetizing our show.
Which starts with the word demon, and but then ends with the word money.
Right, demon money. Taking all the demon money away from us.
So we've been demonetized a couple of times from YouTube because apparently.
Well, we don't know why.
Well, we don't know why, but we suspect it's because our topics are too controversial. So, but the two things that
two times, yes, that we've been demonetized.
It's not that they're even in the same category of topics.
Well, they are kind of.
Once we were talking about ISIS, the international terrorist group that's killing people in Syria and Iraq, and another time and that was the time when we were asking if the guy who cut off the hostages' heads was gay because we thought he was kind of queenie when he was talking.
Right.
So apparently somehow that was too much for YouTube, and they let us keep the video on their channel, but they stripped us of the ability to make money off the ad, so we can't make money off of making fun of international terrorists.
Right.
And then last week we were joking about Botox.
Right. And they stripped us
again. And apparently you can't make fun of Botox on YouTube either because we were stripped of the right.
Stripped naked.
Stripped of the $1.59 that we'll probably make off of the thousands of views of that video.
Right. So we can't talk about. But you said that they're not connected, but there's a kind of a deadly glamour to like both of them. Sort of.
Deadly glamour, Botox, and international terrorism.
Yeah, it's kind of like deadly glamour. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we won't be demonetized for this. Michael wanted to talk about. Joking about child abuse. I was just scrolling through the other day, and I kept seeing this thing about this 19-year-old son being given a sex act for his birthday from his parents, a gay sex act, and that the boy was claiming he was crying heterosexuality when they were saying no, you're gay, and the sex act came. They had already named him. So who gave it to him? The parents gave it to him?
His mother and father, and they gave him. They had already named him. They'd set him up for one of the sex acts. I think it was Grindr or Scruff or one of them, and they had already given him a profile. And in his profile, he was named Cum Guzzler 22.
I think that's got to be a hoax.
I mean, I hope
it's a hoax.
It's a hoax.
It's got to be.
No, it's not a hoax.
How could it not be?
They're split. They're torn. Some of them say it's a hoax. Some of them say it's not.
What parent would call their child?
You have a parent. One of your friends did that.
I'll tell you the story about my friend after this break.
Okay.
And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to the Pew, where Ernie is going to tell us all about his friends who.
This is the real non-hoax version of parents who are.
Well, we don't know that the other one was a hoax. Why would you say it's a hoax?
It sounds very hoaxy to me.
Hoaxy?
Like I would not give my child a sex app and say, "Here, and your name shall be Cum Guzzler."
22. Cum Guzzler 22.
And he's not even 22. He's 19.
Now
That's
why
it doesn't make sense.
Makes you wonder: are there 21 other cum guzzlers out there? Well. Or I haven't heard.
That's why I think it's a hoax, because he's 19 years old, not 22.
Well, see, that's the kind of thing that somebody really smart would throw in there just to make you think it's not a hoax. because they think if you call it 19, come girls are 19, they'll think it's a hoax, but let's make it 22. That's like when I used to joke around about James's age, I would make him just like 3 years older than he was instead of like 30 years older, so that because if you make him 30 years older, then you know it's a joke, but if you make him just 3 years older, then it
Wait a
could
minute,
be.
my email address is ErnieG22.
See, there you go. All right, wait a minute.
I'm not 19.
Are you the perpetrator of this cum guzzler prank? I think Ernie Glam perpetrated a cum guzzler prank.
No media hoax here.
All right. So tell us about your friends
Well,
who
who
drink their son's cum or something.
No, it's not. This is the real story of what happens when parents are overly concerned that their children are gay. Like this friend of mine who is not gay, who's straight, and who's basically married, although not married, said that when he was a teenager, his mom was convinced that he was gay, and she would keep having these sit-down talks with him to say, it's okay that you're gay, we're still gonna love you, and there's nothing wrong with it. And he kept saying, no, Mom, I'm just really shy, I'm not gay, I like girls, but I'm afraid to talk to them. And she's like, well, you don't have to hide to us. You don't have to
that's the thing.
pretend."
Parents who have that talk and they think that they're,
But he was straight.
No, I know.
And he is straight.
But still, that kind of a talk where the parents might think that they're making it easy for that kind of talk actually doesn't make it easy. My mom had a similar talk with me about about sex, and it wasn't. And she thought maybe she was being calming and soothing and making me feel it's okay.
But instead, she traumatized you and gave you lifelong negative fetishes.
Yes, it's true, because she said, Michael, I already know that you are able to get an erection and have and ejaculate now. And
she watched you do it.
Yeah, exactly. But by the tone and the wording, it makes it seem like there's something wrong with it. Even though she kept saying, "No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I know." And so I'm thinking, well, if
probably because she saw your cum sprayed all over the place, just like on these paintings.
Maybe because she's so her OCD with the cleaning thing. Maybe she had some kind of cuminol or something that she could spray to make. I don't know, but that kind of talk really doesn't help. Parents, that talk doesn't help. I should have, because
Bitches want to know.
What do they want to know?
My 2777 wants to know if you've had rhinoplasty, because when you look at our Pew videos, your nose looks very different from before you were in Peru. But that's not when you had the rhinoplasty.
And why is predominantly in schnoz under? Oh, but it's because there's.
You have a very different nose.
Yes, because I had rhinoplasty. But after the rhinoplasty, I fractured my nose. So, and in fact, it was the time that I overdosed with Gitsy at Peter's hotel party at the Mayfair. My last words were, "I've never felt so good in my life." And then I fell down right onto the table, and Peter went crazy and said that I ruined the party, and he said, "Oh, thanks a lot." While I was coming to, they're carrying me out on the stretcher, Peter's saying, "Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks for ruining everybody's good time, Michael."
See you next time.
Bye.